What's up everyone, it's Paul and lafon bringing you another Overwatch League recap video. Last week, the new roster of the Vancouver Titans had a surprisingly close series in their debut. Now, against the Philadelphia Fusion, it's unlikely they repeat that look.
Hey, if the Mayhem were able to easily stomp the Titans, I have no hope for them against the Fusion. Here's hoping the Fusion make it quick and not too painful. Also, this is probably the best chance for Chipsa to play a game.
Logix with 2 shots. Headshot takes KSP out from across the map. So that's where you see Logix. He really excels on the hit scan heroes. Ashe has become more popular as the season has gone on.
Now, we've seen that happen a few times the last few days, Matt, is that a Zenyatta falls afoul of the sticky bombs. And there's nothing that can really be done. You can't kind of heal him through it. You know, it's not possible. It's burst damage. So Agilities is, wow, he's causing some problems right now, I think, for his old team.
Yeah, I mean, he comes in, he just wipes.
KSP is 630 damage to Logix's 2200. Logix dominating here on this Ashe matchup, and Shaxx is not in a good position to do damage. The entirety of the Valiant is split end to end.
And you're not able to heal Dreamer up quite quickly because you're playing Zen with the Brig. So it's really like a brawly comp, but they're not able to get close. This will be 2 kills, make it 3 now that go in favor of the Valiant here. So they will be able to flip the point.
Yeah, difference maker there when KSP gets to trace Agilities down. Doesn't quite finish the kill, but hardly takes any damage, and this allows the rest of the Defiant to do work.
Huge shatter.
That is a nasty shatter from Beast there. Shaxx still is able to get one of his own, copying the Reinhardt, charging to Bob. And the Valiant managed to stay on their feet there. They get a substitute main tank to help them out.
Since they've been able to get control, able to just kind of roll around in the backline, make a play, as now Beast goes over to Wrecking Ball to try and get a touch.
Well, he'll get to the point at the very least here. Doesn't look good, though. He's going to get burned down. Lastro is removed, though. There's an opening here for the Defiant to come back in. But losing Agilities severely limits their flexibility. Dreamer now back to the point. Of course, he has a minefield if he needs it. Logix really needs to step up right now. KSF is the first one. Going to be from it. And yeah, a bit of a minesweeper play. Nicely done by Logix. Catches Shaxx as he comes to the high ground, but he's running out of assistance, and Dreamer is able to churn him down finally. That was the chance for the Defiant. Get value out of the Ashe, but it's not enough. And the Valiant, very sleepy start to that round. Dreamer was definitely struggling early.
But they run it all the way back. I mean, that is where the Valiant, they're down 99-0. They flip the point, and then they're able to run all the way back up. As we'll see if they change their composition or they run the same
around him. But again, this is all space creation.
And it's a little bit of a bait from Karib there as he's playing a little bit forward in front. They have the Immortality field that comes in. You can potentially try and burst him down as you're going to have the main tank Beast die here to McGravy early.
Dreamer continuing to just focus on harassing the backline, which leaves, I guess, which leaves McGravy with trying to hold down the fort on the point itself. He eventually falls. Now Dreamer has to get his hands dirty. Hit with the Discord Orb. KSP. Oh, couldn't finish off Logix. The headshot really makes the difference there. Scrappy fight this time around. The Valiant, though, up in numbers, and Beast, yeah, takes a big hit. Discord and some shots from Dreamer send him low. And you see hammer swings now, removing that Immortality field, and Cruz does have his drone removed. Agilities wants to push forward a little bit more here. McGravy discorded, stunned up, and he's getting value out of his own duplicate.
A lot of ultimates for both teams. He needs to play perfectly to be able to live.
Look at that. That just punctuated your point. Dreamer again comes on in. You'll notice he's getting less done now that his team don't control the point, and he has to be a bit more selective about his engagements. Also with the Wrecking Ball, there's less protection for the Valiant, and things like that can happen. Shaxx gets burned down, but Dreamer finally gets the pile driver he was looking for, Matt. This could be it.
Yeah, the pile driver, the minefield is able to deal with 2. Yeah, Bob running around now for the Valiant. This will be Transcendence coming in for Karib. It's going to be Lastro using his as well, as both teams hit 99%.
Transcendence in play. Cruz burned down. KSP again with the dynamite, and that'll get the job.
Effective range is much shorter than Widowmaker, so you're not able to get those like 1 or 2 shots through that choke.
Okay, yep, Agility's reminded.
Yeah, he gets tagged up.
Yeah, the Widowmaker is hunting him down, but KSP changes target to Beast, and that's perfect. Look at this, just playing from multiple angles of attack. KSP had complete and total safety. A little bit blasé about the fact that there's such a threat lurking here that they just sort of expose themselves, but they have to stand in the open to a degree. They can't compromise their defensive structure just because the Widow's in play, but that has led to this. Dreamer forces them back inside the catacombs, and he's already found Cruz. They're down one support. The other support, Kareev, has to bide his time inside spawn. This has gone disastrously for the Defiant.
And they're going to get the second tick. They're getting so close to capturing the point, and they are going to take it with almost 5 minutes in the time bank. Toronto just asleep at the wheel there on their D as
waiting what may come. McGravy trying to control a little bit of their action on the platform, but with Transcendence in play, that was a little bit hard to do. Eventually, the Valiant have to come down and challenge this, but Agilities is also Sigma. All right, doesn't hit the accretion. Looking for Lastro on the high ground now. Back in Echo form, and his sticky bombs are going to make that a pretty easy kill. Lastro trying to dodge. He's able to get away, being healed up as he goes. And McGravy finds peace in the meantime. Somehow the Defiant attack has been blunted when they had pole position, the perfect access point. Now they need to continue it. Dreamer's going to rock on him with a Wrecking Ball into those close quarters, and Gravitic Flux has to be used up here. Nevix can't follow up with damage, but he gets 2 kills as both of his quarries were below half health when they dropped.
Yeah, so it looks like just one more member for the Valiant alive. Shax falls there, but well, you're wondering how Lastro is able
for Shax to make use of the CC, and Cruz's Immortality Field is now down, but the Defiant are playing close together. They're compact and they're healthy. Agilities copies the Brig and gets a rally pretty much straight away. A very durable death ball for the Defiant. Now they're setting up on point, pressuring Shax away, and he falls to Agilities' focusing beam.
Yeah, getting that rally there for Agilities is huge, and now you're going to have Dreamer get onto the point. They can't allow him to get Primal. It could be huge for the stall from the Valiant.
Agilities is down. Such a big damage source is now missing. Logix has to step up in his stead, but Dreamer has Primal Rage, and Beast once more is not really able to do anything to help his team. Nevix got knocked into the massive Valiant players, and now you're starting to get the Storm for now. Amp Matrix is still up. It should be employed shortly.
Yeah, but they're going to have another Primal Rage, and they're going to have a rally for this fight for the Valiant. And with only 54 seconds left, all the kills going in favor of the Valiant. And Mitch, they don't even need to use their rally here. They just use the Gravitic Flux. A few kills come in from Shax.
All right, Shax, he has done it. He's copied the right heart. Agilities, those going to copy a Winston. He gets hit with an accretion early on. That'll slow him down, but he's managed to find Lastro, and he's going to stick to his target like moss on a rock. Now diving into the fight that's happening in the low room. Shatter came out there, but the Defiant didn't have a chance to really get there until the final moments, and my gosh, that was close.
Yes, the Valiant
had to play close together, which gives them less peripheral threats.
A big biotic grenade there from Kareev. What connects with 3 players?
McGravy,
Lastro, and Rain.
Yep.
Yeah, they do. That's nice.
All right, the Valiant have to get their ducks in a row here,
They use Gravitic Flux, they use the Duplicate, they use Bob, and they use Rally for the Defiant.
Oh, Gravitic Flux even being used to try and control Agilities here, but he's having a whale of a time as a duplicated Winston with Primal Rage. And the Valiant now are running out of time. Staring down the barrel of a draw that should... McGravy wants to make his way forward. No nano boost for the Winston, but there is a rally, and now the Valiant want to push up here. Get in the face of Beast. They force the Defiant to take cover, and there's another Brig in play. Another rally. You betcha. Shax just needs to swing that mace a little bit more, and yeah, that'll get the job done. The Valiant finally get what they want. They force the Defiant to play
on defense. So this is something that we haven't seen them play a lot of throughout this series. We'll get a good look at it now, though.
Well, in they come. The Valiant march forward, and Beast just popped like a pinata. Up there and challenges him. Shax was the first to go. Dreamer a little bit isolated right now, and actually has to give a bit of ground.
He has to play a little bit passive because McGravy doesn't have a mech, but that'll be a pick from KSP onto Agility, so you lose the Echo, and that's a lot of damage gone.
It feels like a matter of time until KSP finds a crucial frag to start these fights off. Now, Dreamer was very deep in enemy territory there and was stunned by Cruz, and that allows Beast now to go up to the high ground and get rid of Shax. Oh, Logix is going to struggle to get away, tries to use the coach gun to get some distance, but he is caught. Dreamer, though, has to give up his own life to catch him. The rest of the Valiant didn't fare so well.
No, and you don't have enough to keep fighting this, obviously, as the Valiant have to back out. They lose Lastro here, so he's just kind of hanging out.
A bit more room to breathe now. Sticky bombs in that back left corner against Korea.
He's a rally here. You can just run away from this if you're the Valiant.
Rain is, yeah, no, he's slept though.
Oh, big bomb.
Yeah. Rain put to sleep, and Nevix gets a bomb in to catch Dreamer as well, who I think was trying to protect Rain with his own barrier. That was really nice placement, and the Valiant, this is rough.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto putting this defense together, right? 40 seconds.
Space, he gets the D-suit on Nevix now. The Valiant have to take some time here. They're able to keep the overtime ticking. Shaxo is so low, and he's not in a position to get any healing. Agilities jumps in, and Beast was also there fighting the whole backline. And Los Angeles now are out of healing, and they're out of time. The chase is on, and Agilities will collide with KSP with gruesome results. And the Los Angeles Valiant pull up short here, Matt. This looked nothing like
offense.
their first couple. And again, so they're staying with the Brigitte here, and I'd say Cruz has been getting them a decent amount of value since switching over to that one. There it is. Is that all you really need? A huge biotic grenade from Kareem, and Rain is down already. Beast needs to get away, but those sticky bombs won't allow it. And that biotic grenade, the effects of that might be cancelled out from that kill. The backline, so he goes after McGravy instead. He may have a D-suit here, but he spends so much of that primal rage trying to get that Diva low, and still hasn't managed to do it. And Gildis goes through the backline and tries to help out, and doesn't get anything either. Shax now, he was already so low. That looked like a panic move there from the main tank from the Valiant. And now the self-destruct is going to force McGravy out of his mech. He'll get a self-destruct of his own. He gets the Gildis with a huge pick-off. 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and Logix is just waiting. Fantastic defense matrix, but it's not enough to keep Shax alive. Logix had him under scrutiny for many seconds, and now Beast barrels on in. Logix finds a couple kills, and Beast finds the third here. The Valiant are running out of steam, and the Defiant punt.
Get healed up by Cruz, who's got this amp matrix able to pump out so much healing done through this, as Toronto close to getting its second tick.
The Defiant love this kind of play. They get to set Cruz up, just sitting in the backline. Their healers are ostensibly quite safe, but Dreamer gets rid of Beast, so now they don't have anyone to start the point capture. They've got
this positioning going. Toronto had pretty good positioning here, because now they get Beast on the point. They did get that second tick, by the way.
Oh, I love this chase. Agilities just completely works Shax in the 1v1 there. No other way of putting it. Gravitic Flux there. Transcendence here for Kareem, so no one is going to drop to that at all. It will slow the Defiant down, but that's kind of all it's going to do. Agilities now is free to roam across the map. Bob on the point is going to help the still a little bit more, but that's a long-range accretion. McGravy got hit with 2 rocks. Talk about being caught between a rock and a rock. Now the Defiant will set up on the point and have this cap.
Yes, Toronto able to take point A. It was a really good push, and they started to come up.
Only just doing something about it now. Beast is just going to move it across the line. There has to be a pile driver here, but Dreamer doesn't get anything with it because the shielding, of course, prevents the knock-up effect. Nevix, could not stay alive there. Attempted to go for the kinetic grasp, but it didn't prolong his lifespan whatsoever. I mean, that's just, oh my. Okay, quick double from Agilities there. Burst damage all over the Valiant. Kareem's able to find an extra kill now, and yeah, back away. I don't really think McGravy's going to get much done on the payload solo because this echo play is just phenomenal from Agilities.
Yeah, he's been popping off, really, this whole second half of the series thus far.
Yeah, I definitely don't think any of the weaknesses on the Toronto Defiant have anything to do with their damage skills.
No.
Is that the same for the Valiant? Both of these teams have a revolving door of DPS
Agilities
players.
with like his third opening kill so far.
No, you can't do that. Oh my, if he gets Shax as Brig in midair there, that is... Yeah, okay. Accretion here, Dreamer trying to get up close to Nevix, but realizes a little bit too late how low he was. Agilities can just chase him there as Brig gets there and finish him off. And the Valiant, they're losing control of this map, this round, this series, the whole thing. They are
did
getting
these
rolled.
teams did these teams switch bodies at half to it? But Toronto gonna get the cart. Ooh, I thought they were gonna get it right over the end as Lastro comes out of nowhere with a Transcendence.
They have to do something with his Transcendence though. They have to shut down Agilities. They get him eventually. Shax chases him with a focusing beam. And yeah, there'll be a chance to breathe here for the Los Angeles Valiant, but McGravy is on the Reinhardt here. They pulled out all the stops to slow the Defiant down. Luckily for LA, at least, Toronto used a lot of their own ultimates here, and it's not like they're walking into like a severely disadvantaged fight. Trying to keep himself pretty scarce right now. Yeah, sitting behind the mobile home, but Logix booms KSP as he tries to peek around the corner. Okay, that fight ended really quickly. The Defiant just took a fly swatter to the Valiant. Well, he's down.
And Rain can't be the second player to drop their clean shots.
Get out, KSP! You don't have time to pack your bags. It's just straight up eviction. All right, well, the Valiant is still able to move on to the point. They still don't even get one tick, though. And now this is the Logic show. Logie Bear is collecting all the picnic baskets. And the Valiant Park Rangers have no idea what's going on. It's a heist in broad daylight.
Is that primal rage? And Cruz, he knows that another push is coming. He's got to use the rally.
Setting up now. They know that the Valiant are going to keep pushing and pushing. Lastro gets caught by that one. I guess he was peeked in the line of sight a little bit too far, and now the rest of the Valiant are waiting to be farmed. That primal rage from Dreamer. Didn't make a lot of sense when we first saw it come out, but at least it allows KSP and McGravy to secure some kills. There's an opening here for the Valiant, Matt.
Yeah, they're going to pick up a few kills, get Shax to the point. You see how low Nevix is. He's able to get one, but he's going to get D-macked. This should be the Valiant able to unlock point A. You have a few members for the Defiant spawning up, but it doesn't look like they're
provided, but Cruz has vastly more healing per turn, about double. So Cruz is playing with many more teammates and getting more Inspire procs outside of just the repair packs there. Getting more value as Brig in the brawl.
Before the final fight of the map. And you probably invest here because if you do get the fight win,
more teammates and getting more Inspire procs outside of just the repair packs there. Getting more value as Brig in the brawl. Go down to a Diva ult that seemed like Nevix just wanted a shiny new mech to play with. Still, Logix is down, so both teams are out there without the rashes right now, and Shax gets Cruz, but not before Agilities finds him with the sticky bombs. Dreamer this time is able to get his primal rage before dropping. Needs to quickly dispatch Kareev. Now Nevix and Beast have no healing at all now with Kareev out of the picture, so Dreamer was well served by focusing that down, and now we can return to the fight and make sure Nevix is dealt with.
Yep, and no more players are going to come out and try and contest this. Cruz gets...
Yep, the Valiant do go back and give that a tap forward. They need to get people flanking around the side. There aren't many ways in for these teams, and that's interesting. Rain actually, or Kareev can't hit the sleep dart because Cruz knocks Dreamer off course there, but he still gets hit with a biotic grenade. And the backline is very safe for Toronto.
And look at Kareev just able to stay alive, then heal his, echo up in the sky as this week Gravitic Flux thrown in here from McGravy as LA kind of throwing that in there and they don't force anything else out.
Liana's able to get away back inside the spawn and heal on up. Now Shax looking towards the rest of the point here. Good little peel from McGravy to keep Shax standing as he retreats and they get rid of Beast. There might be something to this here, but Logix is still safely playing in the backline and catches KSP. Body shot gets the job done, and the Defiant get themselves damage right now, so Lastra and Ray need to get to work on that, but Shax gets rid of Logix. The main threat, I would say, for the Defiant has been removed for the time being, and Nevix took a lot of sticky bombs there. Yeah, Kareev took a bit of the splash damage from those, and Lastra is able to pick him up pretty easily. This looks better. Better start from Los Angeles.
Well, it's also a really good positioning for the composition that the Valiant are running, as opposed to Toronto. Like Toronto...
Transcendence available. It's rid of Logix. The main threat, I would say, for the Defiant has been removed for the time being, and Nevix took a lot of sticky bombs there. Yeah, Kareev took a bit of the splash damage from those, and Lastra is able to pick him up pretty easily. This looks better. Better start from Los Angeles.
Well, it's also a really good positioning for the composition that the Valiant are running, as opposed to Toronto. Like Toronto, self-destruct in the sky. This is a point, though, where you can buy a lot of time if you're the Valiant. Now you have two Winstons out here, potentially Primal Raging, Shax. It's able to get rid of Bob, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough to turn this.
No, they're still not really able to shut Logix down, Matt. And he, sitting comfortably in whatever position he fancies, that allows Agilities now to go and do whatever he wants. Duplicate, hit backlines hard. Both the front and back lines of the Valiant are being sorely tested here. But finally, the Defiant, maybe the Valiant could just group up around the Bob themselves and make use of its defensive properties. Beast, Primal Rage is there. Doesn't have to use it though. The Valiant get very little out of those ultimates they committed, Matt. Rally and Bob, you get very little.
Yeah, and now Toronto, they're going to have a Bob of their own. They'll have Primal Rage.
Now Bob for Logix here, and he can wait for the Valiant to come to him before he uses that ultimate, unlike KSP, who had to speculatively try and throw it in the corner of a map. So Nevix quickly desuited. Shax finishing that job pretty comfortably now. Dreamer, though, hit with a body grenade. Also slept. Self-destruct was in play there at the time, but Nevix gets taken down. McGravy finds Logix now, and over the top goes Beast, trying to knock Dreamer off the map. Not an easy job against another Winston. And while he's left his backline, Lastro strikes. Gets rid of Kareev now. Lastro very aggressive here and still has peel from his team.
With the Transcendence.
Yeah, but Lastro's still being protected here for the most part. He bought a lot of time. A lot of people tried to find the Zen, and now the Valiant can move back to the point. Not a moment too soon.
The Valiant will get control of the point here early if Toronto doesn't make a play. Where it looks like Nevix, he wanted to go to the high ground again, but Beast wasn't even there with him. Like, it just seems like they're a little bit disjointed in terms of what they want to dive.
McGravy there is able to get Agilities as well. Loses his mech to it, but I think he considers that well worth it. Lastro's Discord Orb makes it extremely hard, Matt, for Beast and Nevix to actually do these dives, to go in. They're getting shot.
Beast is so low,
Now, he
yeah.
got discorded before the bomb came in, so he took max damage from that whole thing. McGravy is desuited. Looks like the Mini Diva will be dealt with, but Dreamer also shows off his primal rage skills, getting rid of Nevix. Agility's here, over the edge, no worry.
Going because the Defiant, they nano boost Beast and they just push him out, and that forces the Valiant back. So the Valiant Beast is so low.
Now, he got discorded before the bomb came in, so he took max damage from that whole thing. McGravy is desuited. Looks like the Mini Diva will be dealt with, but Dreamer also shows off his primal rage skills, getting rid of Nevix. Agility's here, over the edge, no worries. And Cruz is removed. The Valiant get the point back here. And in fairness, Matt, they still have another support ultimate coming. I mean, he doesn't want to be here. He's not getting enough healing. Okay, he had to use primal rage there just so he could actually be a fixture in this fight and have an impact. Okay, good timing. Clips rain as he comes on through. Back and forth. Ilios is his jungle gym right now. The Valiant are still durable enough, though, to keep this fight going. And KSP catches Agilities. I don't think Agility saw that dynamite coming. But the Defiant right now are capturing the point.
Harris down into the 5th spot.
Now, I mean, the Valiant really had to work for this one, Matt. But I'm sure it's worth it now. 99 to 99 in overtime, but the Defiant, at the last moment, heartbreak here. And they get dominated Texas style, the old-fashioned Wild West. Nicely done. And the LA Valiant take the series there. And yeah, off the back of a big Dynamite Winston combo. You don't see...
To stay up to date with all things Overwatch League, make sure to check out one of our other recap videos.